It is always exciting to see a character climb the ladder of whatever it is that they seek to achieve, and in this video we're going to be talking about a few of those animes where this premise is portrayed. Essentially, the top 10 animes where the main character starts from the lowest rank. I can almost sense you already were thinking about a few animes that fall into the context of this video. Let's see if your recommendations are the same as mine, and if they aren't, don't worry. You'll have your opportunity to share your picks in the comments section after we're done with this video. Well then, shall we begin? The first name of our anime on this list is The Fruit of Evolution. A boy named Seiichi is the protagonist. He lost his parents, got into overeating, gained a lot of weight, and became ugly in everyone's eyes. Now the school bullies can't have enough of him, and even his friends try to keep their distance because they don't want to be too involved with someone who is basically at the bottom of the ladder. But then one day a mysterious voice tells them that they are about to be transferred to another world. Sadly, the students had to pair up before they could be transported, and since Seiichi didn't have good stats either, nobody paired with him. In the end, everyone disappears, and the voice sends him to a different part of that fantasy world where he begins his life in the wilderness. Moving on, at number 9, we have another protagonist who is allegedly at the bottom of the hierarchy. His name is Noir, and the nobles treat him like trash. What they don't know is that Noir has a special ability which allows him to communicate with the great sage who can answer just about anything. Since he failed to get a job as a librarian, he decides to enroll in the Hero Academy, but needs to do some serious preparation if he wants to qualify. He asks the sage, who then tells him to visit a certain dungeon. Once there, he meets a maiden who grants him special skills and abilities that prepare him for the hero life ahead. Next up, we have the most recent anime on this list, Spy Classroom. It takes a place in a world where it has been 10 years since the Great War, which is why the need for spies is at an all-time high. Our main character, named Lily, is a young girl who also wants to be a spy for her nation. But to put it simply, she sucks. Though when she is given an unusual opportunity to become a spy, she goes through with it and ends up together with 6 other girls who also suck, at least when it comes to academics. And now, these low-ranked, troubled students are about to be given a mission to infiltrate another empire after just 1 month of training. I can almost feel it. Things are going to go terribly wrong.
終わりだ、お前は。
限りなき願いを持って魔女に与える鉄槌を緊急事態だ力を貸せブラド
At number 7, we have another story about military and female protagonists. This one takes place in a world where magic dangers are the norm. And so, in order to protect the common man against these threats, a group of special warriors called Inquisitors come into the fray. And the Anti-Magic Academy is a school where future Inquisitors are nurtured. They are then split into squads and then trained to work together with each other, but then there is a final squad, also known as Small Fry Platoon. It is the 35th test platoon, and unlike the other squads, it compromises only of low-ranked and incompetent members. And for what it's worth, this is where our main characters are going to start.
こ
Following this, we have yet another team-oriented anime. This is the third one in a row. The story of Black Bullet takes place in a world where parasitic viruses have turned ordinary humans into monsters. The survivors have caged themselves behind walls in order to protect themselves from the monsters, kind of like Attack on Titan, though as a side effect of the virus has led to the birth of special children who are born with, well, special powers. These special children are all females. They are called initiators and they work together with a promoter to get rid of these monsters. Our protagonist is a 10-year-old cutie with a rather uncanny hidden power. Want to know more? You'll have to give this series a shot, my friend. At number 5, we have Kiznaiver. It's about a teenage boy named Agata who is unusual in the sense that he can't feel pain. And because of this, bullies always get offended by his emotionless face and bully him even more. But then one day, Agata and his friends are kidnapped together with 4 others. They are then forced to join a system under which they operate as Kiznaivers. Under this system, all of them are now connected. If one feels pain, everyone feels pain. Just what is the system plotting? What is the end goal? And how exactly does this anime qualify under the context of this video? Watch it to find out. Moving on, we have Tower of God, a story that takes place in a tower where if you reach the very top, you can have anything you desire. Those who seek to climb the tower are called regulars. They are chosen from within the tower, but every so often there is an irregular, a person who comes from outside of the tower and changes everything. Our protagonist, named Bam, is an irregular. He entered the tower while chasing after a girl. He is a naive and innocent kid who will now have to climb the tower from the very bottom. At number 3, we have Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. It's a story about an ordinary young man, an ordinary kid, nothing spectacular about him whatsoever, just an ordinary presence. Through effort alone, he climbs the stairs of physical strength and becomes a mighty fighter. After experiencing endless bullying and being low in the social hierarchy, Kenichi's life takes a turn for the better when he meets a girl named Miu. While he always has trouble with bullies, she's able to defeat 3 of them all by herself. Curious, he asks her about it, and so she takes him to her father's dojo, where if he manages to survive, he will eventually become a world-class fighter. Alright, at number 2 we have The Rising of the Shield Hero. 4 heroes are summoned from 4 different alternate Japans. One of them is a 20-year-old named Naofumi. He is a pushover to some extent, and while the other 3 heroes get badass weapons like sword, spear, or bow, he is stuck with a shield, plus everybody hates him. A pretty young girl volunteers to be his companion, but then she frames him for, you know what, he loses everything, and this story is about him crawling his way back from the hellish situation. It is quite literally the rising of the shield hero. And the final anime on our list is One Punch Man. Now, I know that most of you saw it coming, so here we are. One Punch Man is the story of an almost inconceivably powerful individual named Saitama. He is so strong that it doesn't even make sense, and yet when he takes the hero exam, he is given the lowest rank even in C class. Yup, he might be the strongest in fact, but he still has to climb the rankings like everyone else it seems. Honestly guys, if by some chance any of you haven't watched One Punch Man yet, you've gravely missed out. Just watch the anime and read the manga, it is absolutely glorious. And with that said, these were my picks for the top 10 animes where the main character starts from the lowest rank. Let me know what you guys think about these picks and be my guest in the comment section down below. As always, a like and subscribe will be most welcome, and if you're feeling particularly giddy about these anime recommendations, that super thanks button is always ready to be pressed by you at any moment now. Yep, any and all supporters are genuinely appreciated. Well then, with that being said, I'll see you guys on my next video.